Hi, I'm Emily Hoffman. I'm a registered dietitian at Logan Regional Hospital. Today we're going to be making Greek chicken gyros. In order to make this a quick and easy meal, we just need to do a little prep work at the beginning. You can do this as late as 30 minutes before. First, we're going to start with the marinade for the chicken. We're going to start with the acids first. The acid will tenderize our chicken. It'll also add good flavor. So we're going to start by juicing a whole lemon and putting it in a Ziploc bag. Next, we're going to add 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar to our lemon juice. 1 and 2. All right. The next step is an optional step. If you are using a non-stick pan or a saute pan, you do not need to add the olive oil. But if you're grilling it on the grill like I like to do, you're going to want a little bit of fat because our boneless, skinless chicken breasts have very little fat and they will stick to the grill grate. So you're going to want to add about a tablespoon of olive oil. Okay. And then we're going to add some good Greek flavor to it. We're going to use a whole tablespoon of oregano. And we're going to want to use the equivalent of about 2 to 4 garlic cloves. You can either use chopped garlic or you can mince your garlic yourself. I say 2 to 4 because it depends on your preference. We'll add about 2 heaping teaspoons. And that is our marinade. So you're going to kind of want to get it put all together. All right. And then you're going to want to stick 1 pound to 1.25 pounds of chicken breast in there. And you're going to want to let it marinate, like I said, at least 30 minutes before you cook it. So we're going to want to get the marinade evenly distributed through our chicken breast. Another tip that I like to do with my chicken, since parts of the chicken breasts are thinner and parts are thicker, I like to pound out my chicken to an even consistency. This will ensure that it will cook evenly, and that way if you're grilling or cooking at a higher heat, you won't have burnt on one end and undercooked on the other. You don't have to pound it out really thin, you just want a pretty even consistency. Now that our chicken is pounded, we're going to want to place it in the refrigerator and keep it in the refrigerator until we're ready to cook it for food safety purposes. For our tzatziki sauce, we'll start with some non-fat plain yogurt. You can use Greek yogurt or you can use plain yogurt. Just make sure it's not vanilla yogurt. It won't taste very well. We're going to use 1 cup to 1.5 cups of Greek yogurt. We're going to dish it into a fairly decent sized bowl because we're going to be adding some other things to it. The next thing that we're going to do is we are going to grate some cucumber. So I've taken a good sized cucumber, I've peeled it, you're going to want to peel it, and then we're going to grate it onto some paper towel, and we're going to want to grate about 1/2 to 2/3 of the cucumber. We've grated our cucumber and you can see that there's a lot of moisture on it, so we're just going to take our paper towel and we're just going to kind of squeeze it and try and get as much of the water out. You can do this over the sink and get quite a bit out. And then once we've gotten most of the moisture out, we're going to take the cucumber and we're going to put it in our Greek yogurt or our plain yogurt. We're going to stir it in and make sure it looks like there's enough. You can use as much or as little cucumber as you want. The next thing we're going to add to the tzatziki sauce, we're going to want to do a pretty decent squeeze of lemon juice. If you don't want to buy 2 lemons, you can just save a little bit from when you're doing the marinade. And we'll mix that up. And next we'll take a tablespoon of red wine vinegar or white wine vinegar. And then our last ingredient is about a teaspoon of chopped garlic or 1 clove of garlic minced. I'm going to add that in. We're going to stir it up real good. And we're going to put some saran wrap on this and we're going to stick this in the refrigerator with our marinated meat. And like with the meat, we want to let this sit for at least 1/2 hour. All right, we've let our chicken and our sauce marinate for 30 minutes. and I went ahead and grilled our chicken breasts out on a gas grill. You can do charcoal grill, and you can also use a grill pan on your stove, or you can even use a saute pan, just however you prefer to cook it. Once you think your chicken is done, make sure you use a food thermometer. The meat should be cooked to 165 degrees Fahrenheit for food safety. When I took mine off the grill, I put it on a clean plate. I tented it in aluminum foil and allowed it to sit for about 5 to 10 minutes. This will keep the juices of the chicken in. It'll keep it from drying out, and it'll also help finish cooking it. Once that 10 minutes was over, I then thinly sliced our chicken and made it so that you're able to put it on your pita bread. We're going to use Greek pita flatbread. You don't want the pocket bread, you want the soft flatbread. We recommend using 100% whole wheat flatbread. This particular pita bread has 8 grams of fiber in it, so it's a great way to get some fiber into your diet. What I like to do with my pita bread is heat it up a little bit. So if I'm grilling outside, I'll just throw it on the grill for about 30 seconds on each side, depending on how hot the grill is. You don't want to get it crispy, but you want to get it heated up. You can also, on the stove, use a saute pan, and you can put your pita on and heat it up as well. Now that we've heated up our pita bread, we can assemble our gyro. I like to roll mine up in foil like they do at restaurants. So you take a good sized piece of foil and you fold it, all right, and then you'll put your pita, so a little bit would be sticking out, okay? We're gonna take our grilled chicken and we're gonna place, 4 or 5 strips on it. So it looks good. And we're gonna put some diced tomatoes on there because that's what is traditionally on a gyro. We've also sliced up some purple onion that you can put on there. And then now comes our tzatziki sauce. It is a cream-based sauce, but it's a low-fat sauce, so you can be a little more liberal than you would like a dressing or anything else that is cream-based. We'll finish wrapping this up, and we'll fold the bottom down. And there you have a chicken Greek gyro all ready to eat. I like to serve this with either a fresh fruit salad or some steamed broccoli, roasted asparagus, roasted summer squash, just depending on the time of year. If you'd like to receive more tips about what to eat for your family on any budget, please reach out to an Intermountain dietitian.